Guys, we just took Vegas to the woodshed in the first game of the NFL season. Already, it's been a freaking winning season for us, guys. 3 picks on the sports books in this game tonight. The Chiefs versus the Ravens. We hit all three and bent Vegas over and got our money where it belongs. If you guys tailed, if you're in the VIPs, you won too. Guys, these are the 3 picks that I put in. We had both teams to score in the first quarter, hit that. We had Kansas City -3, hit that. It was close, not gonna lie. Basically, we won that by a toe. If Isaiah Likely wore a size 13 instead of a 14, this game's probably still in overtime right now. Then we had the under at 49.5. The game total was 47. Barely hit that one too, but you know what? It does not matter if we barely hit it or if we killed it. We still won the pick. So, guys, we like I said, we took Vegas to the woodshed. We won some money tonight. That's just the start of the football season. In the 7-man slip that I gave out to my VIPs, if you're tailing that, right now we are 2 of 3. We have to hit 6 out of those 7 to win the slip with a decent payout. 5 out of those 7 gives us a 0.22x payout. So we're only winning $22 on $100, but we still win something if we hit 5 of those 7. Right now, Patrick Mahomes, 270 yards. He did go over for us. Then we had the freebie, Travis Kelce at half a yard. He covered. Derrick Henry did not get his 64 yards that we needed him to get. The Ravens are like, I don't understand it, what they're doing over there. They should run the damn ball. Seriously, run the damn ball. In the first quarter, the very first drive, they marched it all the way down the field and punched it in because they had a consistent running attack. Okay, they were doing things the right way. Then they went back into the AFC Championship game plan from last year and started slinging the rock, thinking that thinking that Lamar Jackson's Tom Brady. That's not who he is. Guys, what are they doing? I don't understand it. And then when they do start running the ball in the second quarter and the third quarter and even the fourth quarter, they do it in 22 personnel, which allows the Chiefs to stack the box. Not a good game plan as far as if you want to establish the run game. If you're going to do that, do it in the first quarter. Figure out what they're doing, what kind of games they're running up front, what kind of blitzes they're running, where the safeties are lining up behind it. Because if they're in a 9-man box, they're only going to have a 1 high safety, and then the other corner that's not in the box is going to be out on the one receiver. It's simple football, but the Ravens were just trying to make a statement, I think, in my personal opinion, trying to prove a point that they can win throwing the ball and beat the Chiefs at the Chiefs game. Don't do that. You got Derrick Henry, you got Justice Hill, you got Lamar Jackson, you have running backs to run the damn ball with. That's my soapbox. I'm going to get off that now. But the Chiefs would not do it, guys. So Derrick Henry did not cover for us, and yes, I'm salty about him not covering for us, but I hate the Chiefs, if you guys know that. Yes, I did take the Chiefs -3 because I bet with my brain, not with my heart. But still, come on, man. The Ravens just got to figure it out. They've got a good, solid running game, but they just did not want to do it. Guys, we're going to move into the picks. I got a 3-man slip here for you. These are going to be on the Sleeper app. You guys have seen the code down below. Code worldwide. That gets you up to a $100 deposit on your first deposit. Take all the free money you can from these apps. Guys, these apps are giving it to you. Take the free money. If you don't have the Sleeper app, use code worldwide. You get up to $100 free to play with. Use that same code worldwide on the CHALKBOARD app because a lot of the plays I put out are on the CHALKBOARD app. Code worldwide gets you a $100 deposit match on both apps. All right, guys, if you're in my VIPs, you've probably already done that. You've signed up for the apps that I use. So you can play the picks that I'm playing, and you got the promo code deals from these apps. One more, Dabble, code SSWIN, gets you a $25 free bet. I'm just going to throw those out there for you to help you. Yes, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I do get a little cut from that, so I appreciate it if you use my code. But really, it benefits you more than it benefits me because they're going to give you a deposit match up to $100. That's crazy. Some like Underdog right now, they're doing a deposit match up to $1,000, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I heard that on somebody else's social media page. I don't have a promo code to give you guys for Underdog, so I apologize. But if you're going to get on Underdog, find a freaking code and take advantage of that. Get that free money. Anyways, guys, like I said, we're doing picks. We're doing them in the NFL. These are for the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles game. This is tomorrow night, game 2 of the NFL season. We're going to try to do it again to Vegas, okay? We're going to try to do this all season long. I'm so pumped up right now. Football's back, and we're winning our bets. Guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. Stick around to the end of the video. I'll give you guys a sweet deal. Just a way to try out my picks without diving all the way in. So I'll talk about that later. Let's get right into the picks, guys. First, you can see right here I got Saquon Barkley's receptions pulled up. 2.5 is the line. Right now, the over's at -115. The under's at -102. That's looking at down here. That is according to, I'm not exactly sure what book that is. Usually it's got it highlighted here. But if you look at Caesars, fairly split. The under's actually favored on Caesars. The over's favored on FanDuel. So books are kind of torn here on where they want to go with this. Sleeper's got the over favored at -140. We're actually going to take the over, guys. Looking at his last 10 games now, this is Saquon's last 10 games. Obviously, he's been hurt a lot over the past 3 years. So this is not all last season. You got a couple games here where it's actually in 2022 and then the one on January 1st of 23. So this is not all last season. These 3 games are from the season before. But in his last 10 games, guys, 6 of those last 10, he's gotten at least 3 receptions. The Eagles brought him in to play that DeAndre Swift role from last year. Okay, the Eagles are a team that throws the ball a lot. They do run, and Saquon will get his touches. Jalen Hurts will get his carries on the ground too. They do a little RPO action and try to get Jalen Hurts involved on the ground. But they are a passing team as well, okay? So they are going to throw the ball a little bit, and they do utilize their running backs. It's not going to be a 8 to 10 catch game for Saquon, but I'm very comfortable in saying that he's going to get at least 3 receptions, whether it be checkdowns out of the backfield or actually designed screenplays that are supposed to go to Saquon and intended to go to Saquon. Now I got DeAndre Swift pulled up, and we're not doing a DeAndre Swift prop because now he's a Bear, and this is in the Packers-Eagles game. I just want to show you last season. Look at DeAndre Swift's numbers. These are his last 10 games, okay? 7 of those 10, he was at least 2 catches. We need Saquon to get over 2.5. But look here, in the middle of the season, when the Eagles were rolling, remember, at the end of last season, the Eagles just tanked. They were terrible. It was like they were a total different team. So I expect the Eagles to get back to who they really are. And look at this, 3-4-3-4-3. DeAndre Swift was consistently catching balls out of the backfield when this offense is clicking and hitting like it normally does and like it should. So expect them to get back to that. Eagles had all offseason to reevaluate what they're doing, and I expect Saquon to go over 2.5 receptions. Now we're going to stick with the receptions line here, and we're just going to go to his teammate here, Devontae Smith. His over right now on the 4.5 is favored -120. The under is at +105. So now we're getting plus odds on the under and minus odds on the over. So the books are really saying that this is going to hit the over. I happen to agree with that. We're taking Devontae Smith over 4.5 receptions. Looking at his last 10, it's not something that's crazy promising, right? Only 4 of the last 10, he's been over it. But guys, Devontae Smith gets a lot of vertical targets. His vertical target share is higher than A.J. Brown. His stretch vertical target share is also higher than A.J. Brown. I think this is going to be a shootout. Just my prediction. That's coming from me, not anybody else. So take it for what it's worth. If you trust me, ride with me. If you don't have to take this pick. But looking over here on BetUS, the line is set at 49.5, so just like the Chiefs and Ravens game tonight, there's going to be quite a bit of scoring. 27-20 was the final tonight. It was at 47 total points. 49.5 is what it's set at tomorrow. There is going to be a lot of scoring. These offenses are going to be clicking. I think Devontae Smith is going over 4.5 receptions. It is hard week 1 to see exactly how these teams plan on using their playmakers. Some teams you just know, right? But some teams you don't, like tonight. Travis Kelce was not the focal point in the Chiefs offense like he has been for the last 12 years. Noah Gray was actually more involved than Travis Kelce was at times. So you just don't know sometimes how these offenses are going to change over the season and how the week 1 game plan is going to change. Typically week 1, they don't pull out all the stops. The entire offense is installed by week 1, but they don't always put everything on tape. Usually a team will put a trick play or something on tape just to kind of do a little gamesmanship and let other teams see that on film so they have one more thing to prepare for. But they're not typically running the entirety of their offense at that point. So it is a little bit harder to predict in week 1. So like I said, Nobody knows for sure, but I believe this is going to be a bit of a shootout, and the Eagles are going to come out throwing, and Devontae Smith is going to get 4.5 receptions. So if you think about it, guys, like kind of on average around 20 completions for a quarterback, and that's just me spitballing. That's not an actual stat that I looked up. But usually, 20 to 25 completions for a quarterback having a good day. 4.5 to, if 5 of them come to Devontae Smith, 3 of them go to Saquon Barkley, that's only 8. Okay, where are those other receptions coming? Goddard's probably going to get a few of his. He's going to get some of him. And A.J. Brown's their primary target. He's probably going to get 10 targets or so. He may have 6, 7 catches. So adding all those up, guys, if Jalen Hurts has a good game, which I think he's going to, it's not out of the question for both of these, the Devontae Smith and Saquon, to go over on the receptions like we're taking them here. So that's kind of a little bit of my reasoning. Like I said, on BetUS here, over 49.5. Sorry. The over-under is at 49.5, so they think there's going to be some points scored in this game, just like I do. And real quick, before I go back to the picks, BetUS, there's a link in the description to get on BetUS if you'd like sportsbook plays, betting against the spread, things like that. And they give 125% deposit match on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So BetUS is giving you tons of free money right now. Moving into the last pick. So we got Devontae Smith over 4.5 catches. We got Saquon over 2.5 catches. And now we're going to go with the Packers because we have to put one in on the other side. We can't do all Eagles picks or all Packers picks. And I actually really like this play right here. We're going to go with rushing yards. And we're going to go to Josh Jacobs. As you guys can see here, this line is at 64.5 rushing yards. It says sleeper down here is at 66.5 rushing yards. That's actually wrong. This video has been going for 11.5 minutes, okay? I put the pick in 11.5 minutes ago. Right before I did this video, I put this pick in, and we're getting Josh Jacobs at 62.5 rushing yards. Granted, I still like him at 66.5 to go over, but it's just a little icing on the cake that we're getting him 4 yards less at 62.5. We're taking the over for Josh Jacobs on this line. So I'm actually going to bump this down so we can see an accurate chart, a representation of what we're getting. It doesn't change much with the greens and the reds here, but you can see 7 of his last 10 games, Josh Jacobs is over that 62.5 line. And if you see right here, this Pittsburgh game, he was a half a yard short. So he's right around there. I think it's probably a fair line. If you're looking at the chart here, maybe 70, low 70s might even be a more fair line because he's got some 100-yard games up here, a couple games above 90. Josh Jacobs, I mean, you guys know he was the rushing champion just a couple years ago. To do that, you need to rush for more than 62 yards in a football game. Okay, that's not how you get the rushing championship. So now he's on a new team, new squad with the Packers. Packers offense is going to be dynamic, guys. That they have young playmakers everywhere in the passing game. Josh Jacobs is aging slightly. He's not over that hump yet where I think he's going to take a huge down. What am I trying to say? He's going to what's the word I'm looking for? A huge dip in production. Let's go with that. So him being still in his prime, and you got Watson, Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, obviously Jordan Love dishing it to all of them. You got Tucker Kraft and the number 1 tight end, Luke Musgrave. They got a young, dynamic offense. They're going to put up some points, and they're going to do it evenly distributed, if you will. They're a balanced offense. Jordan Love, I do think, is going to go off tomorrow night, and he's going to make a statement and say, yes, last year was not a fluke. I am here. I've arrived. That type of a game from Jordan Love. But Josh Jacobs has got to be their workhorse. He's got to be the guy that they turn to consistently run the ball on the ground, get them those consistent rushing yards to keep drives moving. 62 yards is not a lot, guys. If say he gets 10 carries, that's 6 yards, 6.25 yards on average, that would be a hell of a game, averaging 6 yards a carry. If he gets 15 carries, this is definitely not feasible, or this is definitely feasible is what I meant to say. So there you go, guys. Josh Jacobs over 62.5 rushing yards. We're going to try to do exactly what we did tonight and start hitting on all these picks, okay? I got a ton of plays right now in my VIP package, in my college football NFL season package. And like I said, I got a little bit of a deal for you guys if you want to jump into the picks and not have to dive all the way in and buy the full season or buy the whole year package if that's not what you want right away. If you want to see what I'm about, it's called my game day package, okay? What that entails is every single pick football related that I put out for this week. Week 2, that includes, week 2 in college, week 1 in the NFL. That includes all the college football picks, all the NFL picks. Everything I put out football related for the games this week are included in that package. And right now, the first 25 people that get in on it and use code Raiola for Dylan Raiola, that's Raiola, Dylan Raiola. Raiola is his last name, and we're doing a lot of picks with Dylan Raiola this week. That's why I'm using that promo code, and I named it that. But the first 25 people that use that code get half off. It's $100. If you use the half off, it's $50. You get every single play that I'm putting out this week. If you guys like it, you want to continue on, everybody that gets into this game day package is going to get a discounted rate on the season package. So it's kind of like step 1 to joining the sports stage community, step 1 to joining our picks and starting to win with us. It's just a little bit of a way to ease into it. I got a lot of people that ask, like, how do I just try out your VIP picks? Like, I don't want to dive all the way in and buy a full year pass or spend the monthly. I just kind of want to see what you're about. So this is a great way to do it. It's a great way to step in and see if you trust me. See if you like what I'm putting out. See if you like my picks. If you like my style. Like I said, $100. Code Raiola gets you 50% off to the first 25 people. So if you're one of those first 25 people and you get in, awesome. You're going to get half off of this one. And then when we continue, after we win enough for you to cover that NFL season pass, you're going to get a discount on that as well, just for being in the game day pass. That's all I got for you guys. That's my slip, okay? Let me give it to you one more time. Devontae Smith, over 4.5 receptions. Saquon Barkley, over 2.5 receptions. And Josh Jacobs, over 62.5 yards. That's tomorrow night. Friday night, Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, I am pumped. Football season is here. I'm excited. If you can't tell, I love football. That's what I do. Football is my thing. Bijan's my boy this year. I'm going with Bijan all the way. If you like the shirts, there's a link in the description down below as well. What do you guys got? Leave me some comments, guys. Let me know if you're tailing. Let me know if you have any questions about the game day package or anything else that I offer you guys. Shoot me an email. My email is down here in the description as well. If you like my style, if you like what I'm doing here, you want to join in on the community, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time. I try to put out videos just like this every single day. So join in tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to put out a pretty decent pick for you guys, a pretty decent size slip for you guys on Saturday. For after tomorrow night. It will be a late one. I coach football, so I got a game I got to coach tomorrow, so might not be posting until about midnight-ish tomorrow night as well. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.